What is up, Nerd Nation? It's your boy Honey for Film Nerd TV, and tonight we bring back the Nerd List with our best movies of 2019. I cannot do this alone. I'm joined by Dan Skip Allen. How's it going, man?
Pretty good, man. I'm, it seems like I've been doing a lot of these type of shows or writing a lot of articles about my top 10 films of 2019. So I have this on my mind. So when I was asked to be on with you, I was like, yeah, what the hell, man? I could do this again.
And of course, we have the Z-Man right down here, Zaddeus Smith. How's it going, man?
It's going good, good sir. What's going on, good people out there? It's been a long time since I've been on Film Nerd TV. Yes, sir.
It's been a long time since
since the throne days. Yes, sir. Since the throne days. So it's been a while.
Beyond the throne.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So here's how the Nerd List works. We each are going to take turns nominating a movie, explain why. Now there are going to be spoilers, because it's 2020 right now. If you guys haven't seen this or like a movie we're talking about, then you can save watch the movie and come back and have a discussion with us. So majority rules. So if, for example, if Dan has a movie and me and Zad say yes, it gets on. If we say no, then it doesn't get on, and we go till we have our top 10. Then we knock it down to our top 7, and then we rank them 7 to 1. All right, Dan, let's start off with you, and we'll go Dan, Zad, me.
Well, I figure since I have the poster on the wall and it's my favorite movie of the year, I would go for The Irishman right behind me there, guys. Mr. Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Al Pacino, Harvey Keitel. The list goes on and on. I mean, only Martin Scorsese could make this movie today. You know, if you go back to the 80s and a lot of his other films, he couldn't make this movie then. But if you look at his movies as he's been growing older and is getting better and better as a filmmaker, this is the movie that I think he could only make now. He couldn't make this back then. And if you look at these performances by Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, I mean, so different for Pesci, which makes it great. And the CGI is it's almost invisible after about 5 or 10 minutes of the movie. You don't even notice it, especially the older they get. You don't even notice the CGI in the film. But it's all about these three mega stars, in my opinion, my number 1 and number 2 actors of all time, Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, and my number 1 director of all time, Martin Scorsese. Any kind of best of 2019 list cannot go without having The Irishman.
All right, Zad, on to you.
Hey, guess whose 2019 list doesn't have The Irishman on it? That's only because I haven't seen it yet, and that's simply my fault. I'll tell you one straight away. It scared me when I heard that was over 3 hours long. I'm like, Jesus,
it's like 3 hours and 30.
It goes by so fast, Zad. You don't even realize how fast it goes by.
Okay, that does make me feel better because I just saw a movie last night that was almost 3 hours and it bored me to death. But because of the caliber of talent in The Irishman and Martin Scorsese, even though I haven't seen
if you haven't seen it, you can skip because we have 3 on here. I just don't want you to say yes or no to a movie that you haven't seen yet.
Okay, I'm willing to see it, so I'll skip it for now. But I'll go ahead and give it to Hunter. But I am interested in seeing this movie. I'll say that. Don't
worry, Dan, because I'm saying yes.
All right. Got the word there.
I have seen this movie. It flies by the 3.5 hours. It doesn't feel like it. It's also a story that I've been studying. Like I like true crime shows on YouTube that discuss like the disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa and things like that. So the fact that now we're seeing this in a movie that really follows the whole story of Jimmy Hoffa, his disappearance, the Red Fox Cafe, things like that. And it's Martin Scorsese. It's, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci. Pesci given one of the greatest performances of this year, in my opinion. One of, Adam Sandler might be my favorite. But overall, The Irishman gets a yes from me.
That's what I want to hear.
All right, Zach, let's move on to you.
Okay. Since we're, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and go into one of my higher tier movies because while it may be the 4th movie in this franchise, darn it, I'm not sure if we can cuss or not. Darn it,
Yeah.
did this movie did not affect the heartstrings just like the last entry of it did. And while I couldn't stand one particular character in this movie, but everything else about this movie was great, and the way it ended was amazing. You're right. It's definitely Toy Story 4. I really love this movie this year. It was a great entry to the franchise. It had me bewildered on how I ranked it, like overall with the Toy Story franchise. But even right now, being third in the Toy Story franchise, that's like having an A out of like that's an A level score right there still. So I love this movie, and I thought it was a great movie, especially since we're talking spoilers. That ending,
I haven't seen it, by the way, but
well, I'll just say I cried because you need to see this. So I cried in the movie theater. I'm over here with kids sitting next to me. I'm over here like, luckily I have actual glasses on, so kids can't really see me cry. Like, I'm over here just trying to be tough and stuff. But that's all I'll say about that. Go check this movie out, man.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. So yeah, I haven't seen it, so let's skip over to Dan.
I'll tell you what, Zaddeus, and you know, I didn't want to come in here and just start like voting things down right away. I'll be honest, I think it was not a good year for animated films. I don't think animated films are some of the best movies of the year. I mean, I have a list of about 45 that I think are the best movies of the year, and no animated films are on that list. I don't even think Toy Story 4 is the best animated film of the year. And so because of that, and it's not that I don't like this franchise. I actually do like other Pixar franchises better than Toy Story, but I'm just going to have to say no. And I feel bad, man. I don't want to
That's cool.
do that.
That's cool. It's still in my heart. It'll be in my heart. Please don't sue us. Don't sue us. It's cool.
All right. So on to me. Which one do I want to start with here? Because I have like 20 movies on my list. So, you know what? I'm not sure if this one's going to be on, but I'm going to try to fight for it. I'm going to go with Richard Jewell, directed by Clint Eastwood, about the 1996 Atlanta bombing. If you guys don't know the story, it's a very interesting story. The security guard, Richard Jewell, gets pinned for the bombing in Atlanta during the, the Olympics, I believe it was?
1996 Atlanta Olympics.
Yep. And this movie is heart-wrenching. It's well done by Clint Eastwood. The actors, like Sam Rockwell, is incredible. Like, just the acting is great. The directing is great. But I love it because this type of situation, this type of movie, needed to happen today. This is a movie that, if it came out right around the bombings, wouldn't have worked. But because it came out now about a guy who got wrongfully accused, there's a lot of that going around in the world. It felt true to the world we're in. And I love a movie that can invite me into a role and make me fall for it. So I'm going Richard Jewell. Let's start with Zaddeus.
Oh, well, since we're starting this way, again, kind of just like the Irishman, I haven't seen it. So I'll go ahead and skip this up to Dan. You make it sound interesting, though.
I'll tell you what. Before I make my decision, Hunter, I want to say two things. Paul Walter Hauser, this is an absolute coming out party for this guy. He's been in a few movies. You know, he's been in I, Tonya. He's been in Late Night.
He was in I, Tonya, wasn't he?
Yeah, and this guy is an absolute revelation in this movie. The villain is the FBI, so John Hamm is the villain.
Of course it's John Hamm. Like
John Hamm, and then Olivia Wilde plays this kind of like shady journalist, and I'll tell you what, I think they cast like Sam Rockwell as a lawyer, and Kathy Bates as his mother.
Kathy Bates.
I thought the cast of this movie couldn't have been any better. And when I walked out of that movie, my press screening, I was blown away. I was like, Clint Eastwood is back. Thank you, Clint, for giving us a story. And 1996 Atlanta Olympics is one of those things where everybody if you're alive, I mean, a lot of you guys are young. They know, they say 9/11, everybody knew where they were. The Kennedy assassination, everybody knew where they were and what was going on at that time. One of those moments was the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. I had friends that were up there in Atlanta. I live in Florida, so I can say up there. And it was a tragic event. What that man went through was absolutely ridiculous. That being said, Hunter, I have to say I don't think it's in my top 15 movies of the year, and I have some that I'd like to see. Maybe you guys could, other ones that y'all could bring up that I'd like to see make the list. And I feel bad because I really, really like this movie a lot, so I'm gonna have to say no. Sorry.
That was a nice word though.
But there is one scene that made me tear up in the theaters, and that's the Kathy Bates scene when she is talking to the press. This is going to be kind of a slight spoiler, but where she's talking, she's like, "My son is innocent. Why are you going after my son?" And she breaks down. Oh, what a scene that was, man! Yeah. Kathy Bates got her a Golden Globe nomination. Huh?
Got her a Golden Globe nomination.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. All right, Dan, back to you.
Back to me. All right, guys. I think I got one a little bit more in your wheelhouse here. I'll tell you what. I've been a fan of this particular actor for a long, long time, and ever since Gladiator, did I say to myself, this guy is on the rise. His character in Gladiator was ridiculous. He's done great work in Her. He's done great work in Walk the Line.
I guessed it.
Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, I think he is such a lock. I think he's the most lock of any of the award season awards this year for playing Arthur Fleck in Joker. I mean, anybody that's been beat down and disrespected and had a tough life can really resonate with this character in this movie. And a lot of people are comic book fans of comic books and comic book movies. But I think this is more of a movie about people and society as a whole. And, Todd Phillips really did a great job combining Taxi Driver and The King of Comedy together, yet still making a great character study about this man who's been beaten down and just disrespected his whole life. And he just turned into something that I don't think anybody saw coming in his life or him. He was like, he had enough. And then it also is an indictment on the medical system in our country and medication and that sort of thing. How many people are on
mental health issues,
mental illness and so forth. And I think he's going to win the Oscar. That's just my opinion. Now I'm on the record, so people, he didn't win the Oscar if he doesn't win. But I think I'm just nominating Joker because I think it deserves to be on this list, and I think you guys are going to vote it on. So that's why I nominated it.
Zad, I'm going to start with real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Is One Bad Day. It's a yes for me. I saw this movie 3 times in theaters. I don't go back to the theaters more often, but Joker is a movie that when you watch it one time, you want to go back and catch all the Easter eggs and catch all the little quirks, like the laughter, how he laughs and then stops and then laughs again. And he can't control it. And that's a real medical condition that people have. And normally it would be like hammy or forced. It wasn't. It felt natural. It felt like that was Arthur. And you were following his rise to be the Joker. And what's really cool about this movie, though, is this movie, it's called Joker. You know he's going to become the Clown Prince of Crime. You know he's going to become the Joker. But you're rooting for him not to. You're rooting for him to, fight it. You want him to be Arthur. You don't want him to go turn into Joker. And that's the type of movie that deserves to be on the list. So, yeah, Joker makes the list, but Zad, what would you have said?
Well, I'm glad the Joker made the list before it got to me. Because I did see this movie. As soon as it came out, actually. However, I was not that big of a fan of it. Mind you, the acting is great in this movie. Like Joaquin Phoenix, he definitely deserves an Oscar for this, and because the way that he flipped and stuff was amazing. However, it was kind of a tale of two halves for this movie to me. It was up until, and I can remember clearly, and I need to see it again just to maybe rent it or something. I could tell exactly when it happened. The train scene, whenever he was on the train with that's when the movie started picking up for me. And
Yeah, yeah.
I understand that the first part was important to his character development. It was just a little slow to me, but
Mhm.
again, I really have no problem with this being on this list because again, I think Joaquin Phoenix deserves it, and also the Zazie Beetz thing did come really as a surprise to me. But
Yeah.
again, cool movie.
All right, so Joker makes the list. That's two movies straight that Dan has got on the list. Zad, on to you.
On to me. Okay. Uh, I'm gonna go with my let's go with that one or that one. I'm trying to think. This is interesting. I'm gonna go with my number one movie of last year, just because it was in the making for a while, and anybody who knows me probably knows that I love this movie. But listen, 22 films in, and you can still affect me the way that this movie did. And yes, it was a little bit long, but that still did. Interesting enough, that did not stop me from seeing Avengers Endgame 3 times in theater, and then once when I bought the movie on 4K UHD. I don't know why I saw it that many times in such a short period of time, but I just loved it. I think everything wrapped up in a phenomenal way. The events of Infinity War wrapped up in this movie in a phenomenal way, and it made me very interested in knowing what's going to happen going forward. And I really, 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 really wants to know what happened in those 5 years. Like, I would really love a Disney Plus spinoff series of what happened in those
Ooh.
5 years between Infinity War and Endgame.
Well,
I don't know if we'll ever get it,
Black
but
Widow.
think
Black
Black
Widow.
Widow. Yeah.
great, that would be nice.
Yeah.
No,
But yeah,
it is confirmed that it's taking place during that 5 year span.
okay. I wasn't sure if it was between Infinity War and Endgame or if it was between Civil War and Infinity War. I wasn't sure, but okay.
Yeah, it's one of the two. I know it's.
But yeah, Endgame is definitely my number one. Talk about if I cry in Toy Story 3, I mean Toy Story 4, and I tried to hide that one. And Endgame, I didn't even try to hide. And I know I wasn't the only guy crying in that movie. And bad thing is, I cried the second time I saw it.
I cry every time I watch that movie.
But I knew what was coming. But when it was the scene when Gwen Paltrow like just tells Tony like, "Yo," not verbatim, but we're gonna be okay. It's like she's giving her permission to go, just giving her permission to die. Like,
and then the ending with the funeral, and it's Tony's heart in the glass that says proof that Tony Stark has a heart.
Yeah, it just came around really full circle to me. It's a perfect wrap to the Infinity Saga, and again, I'm really looking forward to seeing how the next phase can do, because that wrapped up. And there was no more MCU movies coming out, I think I would be fine. That was a perfect ending for like all MCU films.
All right, Avengers Endgame. Dan, starting with you.
I'll tell you what. I cannot say anything that Zaddeus said. I can't disagree with anything he said. I thought this movie was phenomenal. It was my number one movie for about a month before I saw another movie. And then it stayed in my top 5 for a long time before I started seeing a lot of these award season type movies and Netflix type movies. I absolutely thought you could not do a better job than Kevin Feige, the Russo brothers, Marcus and McFeely. I mean, what a culmination of such a great. I mean, look, Star Wars has been doing this for all these years, and they do these little trilogies, and they can't get 3 movies right. These guys got 22 movies and then a 23rd afterwards right, and they nailed it. They knocked it out of the park. And even though Avengers Endgame isn't in my personal top 10, I'm going to put it in. I'm going to definitely vote it in because I believe it deserves to be in. And I think I would love to see this get nominated for Best Picture. I think if with the amount of money this thing made, and if you go off of the Avatar thinking, that would be great. But I don't think the directors are going to get it, or they ain't going to get any acting nominations. But it would really be a nod to this great film if they could somehow fit it into Best Picture at the Oscars, and that'd be great. But I don't think it's going to. But yeah, for the sake of this show and you guys and me, I'm going to say yes.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to give it a yes also. What a way to end 22 movies. To me, Endgame is the end of the Avengers saga.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're on to phase 4, which is going to be something completely different, which I'm okay with. Like, if you want to go new Avengers, if you want to go just more standalone like DC's doing, awesome, do it. But 22 movies built up to Endgame, and it delivered. How many times can you say that?
You can't. Yeah.
Series of movies that big concluded perfectly. All the characters had their perfect wrap up. And again, we're doing spoilers. Endgame's out on DVD. It's on Disney Plus. You can watch it. But Tony dying as a hero with a snap, incredible, because it also harkens back to the first Avengers when Steve Rogers was like, "You would never give up your life for somebody else."
Mm-hmm. You're not the guy to make the sacrifice play.
Yep.
Yeah,
and then Steve going out of, just giving up the mantle of Captain America, and spent 60 years with Peggy Carter back in the past. Awesome. Two happy endings, and to be honest, yeah, this definitely deserves to be on the list. Back to me. You know what? I gotta go with what might be my favorite movie of the year. You guys know what it is. Hold on. It's Uncut Gems. Come on. Adam Sandler, the Safdie brothers. Dude, I loved Good Time. This might be better than Good Time, in my opinion. Adam Sandler gives a stellar performance. Adam Sandler's dramatic acting is really underrated. All of his dramatic movies I've watched, he gives a fantastic performance. This might be his best performance to date, in my opinion. Because he can make you laugh, he can make you cry, he can make you be so fucking frustrated with him. But still, because it's Adam Sandler, you want him to be okay. And then the ending happens, and you're just like, it's heartbreaking because he won. He had it. And then he lost everything on one last gamble. Perfectly done, perfectly acted. Some Julia Fox, where the hell did she come from? She was incredible in this movie. And that was her first movie. Holy shit. Like, Kevin, I'm going to forget his name.
Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett.
Yeah. Holy shit. He was great. The whole cast was amazing. This whole movie had a real, like it was dramatic, but it also had kind of a light feel with all the colors and the way it was produced, the way it was cut, things like that. This movie is my favorite of 2019, so I'm putting up Uncut Gems. Dan, let's start with you.
I'll tell you what. I have a story. I told these guys I would tell this story before the show, so I wanted to tell the story. I was in a press screening of another movie called Queen and Slim, and when I walked out of my Queen and Slim, the people, my buddies, my press buddies, because I got pressed for Queen and Slim, but I didn't get pressed for Uncut Gem that time. I got pressed for Uncut Gems later on. Mm-hmm. They walked out of Uncut Gems, and every one of their faces were pale as white. And one of these guys was Asian. I mean, was so pale.
We gotta take that clip and cut it out.
I wish I could have had a picture of these guys' face. It was about 6 people in the monitor, the lady that ran the screening, and she hated this movie. But those guys' faces were like so pale. I was like, what the heck happened? What is going? What happened in this movie? And they couldn't say anything because they didn't want to spoil it. Then I finally got to see it, and wow, I know why their faces were white when they walked out of the movie. But so I kind of, in a way, I kind of knew something was coming.
Let's try not to spoil this one since it's kind of the newest one in there. But
definitely not. I'm not going to spoil that. But what I want to say is this: Kevin Garnett, wow. Lakeith Stanfield, wow.
Yeah, what a year he's having.
Yeah, what a great. I mean, I love Lakeith Stanfield. Julia Fox is like a revelation in this movie. Where the hell did she come from? But the thing what I took away is, and this is what's great about movies sometimes, is you absolutely cannot stand the character of Howard.
Mm-hmm.
He is an absolute lech on society, but Sandler is so perfect as playing this character. He's so good at playing a guy that you cannot stand. And for that reason and that reason only, I'm going to vote yes for Uncut Gems.
Yeah, and see, Zad, give me 1 second because I want to bring this point up. I can't see anybody playing this role besides Adam Sandler because Sandler is so likable in real life, and he brings that likability to the screen of Howard. Howard's an asshole. You're not supposed to like him.
Total.
You're not supposed to like him. But Adam Sandler is so likable that you kind of root for him.
Yeah.
You want him to succeed. That's what I
you
love about it.
You do want to root. And one more thing I want to say, too, is I found out this very recently. The Safdie brothers started filming this movie before Good Time.
10 years ago.
Did really? Good Time. A lot of good guerrilla filmmaking for Good Time. Then came back and finished this. So that's why they had 2 movies out so fast like this.
Yeah.
Good.
They actually went to Adam Sandler back in 2012 to play the role, like about 10 years, and they've been rewriting the script for 10 years, and finally Sandler had free time. He joined them because he loved the script so much, and that's how they had the movie be made.
All right, Zad.
Wow. That last little tidbit of information, I had no idea because this movie fits so seamless like together. So I could not tell that there was like that big of a time lapse. But without spoiling anything, of course.
Yeah.
This movie, let me just say, this was the last movie I saw in theaters in 2019. I saw this movie December 31st, 2019. And I was really anxious to see it because, well, I wasn't anxious because I wanted to see it because I was hoping that was going to be good. My expectations got really high because I heard people say it was great. But then I also heard people say that they felt very anxious coming out of them. Like, I don't understand, like, why are you feeling anxious about it? And the last time my expectations were so high, it kind of let me down, aka Joker, but kind of let me down a little bit. So I tried to lower my expectations when I went in there and saw this movie. Talk about a movie that from the beginning of it did not stop, and it kept me on my edge of my seat through most of the movie. And when one certain thing happens, that's when I couldn't sit still in my seat. I'm like, oh my God, I'm moving all up in my seat. Luckily, nobody's sitting next to me. I'm short of standing up in my seat with my knees or something like that. Just looking at the screen because this movie is so captivating. And like y'all said, Howard is such a dick. He is a big dick. You know what the thing he reminds me of a lot of? If you've ever seen the movie Flight with Denzel Washington, somebody that you want to like, but somebody that's consistently effing things up so much. I'm like, you bastard! You are so like just they keep like you want to see them, you want to root for him, and you're rooting for him, like, but then again, they're still being an asshole on the side of things. Like, oh my God, I'm trying to help you, help me, help you, help yourself. Yeah. So, like, please, and I seriously. Long story short, as soon as I came out of this movie theater, I was silent. Excuse me. I was making little grunty noise, like just bewildered walking out of this movie. And literally, once I walked out of the theater, like the whole, not just my physical theater, but the whole AMC theater. Luckily, nobody else was around because I literally let out audible groan at this. I'm like, oh my God, I understand what people mean, and this jumped easily to my top. This is my number 2 favorite movie, only after Endgame, and that's the only reason why that is because Endgame has had such a. I've grown with Endgame and with the Avengers a little bit, but Uncut Gems, it it just skyrocketed into my heart, and I don't know if I need to see it again, but I love this movie. Like I
I'm definitely
really
gonna
love
see
this
it a
movie.
few more times.
Like I can see it again, but I feel like seeing this movie once is perfect. Like I feel like I don't want to see it again because I might ruin it for myself.
Can I say
So
something to Zad real quick? You know what's funny
yeah,
about this year is you could literally, and I'm not messing around, guys. You could literally come up with a top 10 list of just A24 movies. That's how many
Yeah.
great films they have had this year. And it culminated with Uncut Gems being the
Yeah.
last one. I mean, their year has been so incredible.
A24 is my favorite movie studio working today, behind Blumhouse.
Yeah, they are incredible right now. They're just absolutely killing. I can't wait to see what they have coming out next year, you know?
Woo!
you mean this year?
Yeah, this year.
Ah.
Yeah. This year, there you go.
All right, so let's move back over to Dan.
All right, guys. I'm gonna nominate a movie that I absolutely love. As soon as I saw it, I could not believe how incredible it was and how great the performance was of the lead actor. And considering other actors have won awards for not doing their best, and this actor does everything that the other actor didn't do, and I believe should be nominated for an Oscar because of the acting and the singing, and that is Rocket Man. I cannot say enough about how incredible Rocket Man is. I grew up with Elton John, and I thought Taron Egerton's performance of this man through the tough times of his life, and how Dexter Fletcher mixed in the drama and turned this into like a drama and a musical, not your normal biopic. And the songs were spot on, sang every song by Taron Egerton, where Rami Malek didn't sing a single song of Freddie Mercury, which he wins an Oscar, and Taron Egerton does it all in this movie, and he is a tour de force in Rocket Man. And then you have great performances by Bryce Dallas Howard as his mother, Richard Madden as his manager, Jamie Bell as his co-writer, and people that he wrote a lot of the songs, and then he turned to Elton John put the music to him. I cannot say enough about how incredible this movie is. And musicals, I like musicals, and not a lot of people like musicals. But I thought what Dexter Fletcher did was turning a musical and a dramatic biopic and mashing them up together it was perfect in my opinion. So I wanted to talk about Rocket Man.
All right, skip me. I still haven't seen it. Zad, on to you.
Okay, I have seen this movie. I was really looking forward to seeing this movie, especially after checking out Bo Rap from last year. Hell, I was thinking there was like we have a nice little chain of biopic movies about musicians come out. This is great. I like Bo Rap, and I did like Rocket Man. I really liked it a lot. However, the one thing is I will say is I think Taron Egerton did a great job. I haven't grown up too much with Elton John, so I felt a connection with him in this movie, but I really wasn't, I wasn't captivated unfortunately as I was more last year with Bo Rap, a little bit with Queen and Freddie Mercury story. Again, I'm not sure about the inaccuracies of either of these two movies, but I did like it, but I don't think it's one of the best of 2019.
That's fair. I just wanted to talk about it. I had a feeling you might vote it down.
Yeah, no, one thing I will say is the music in this is great, of course, and even the way they kind of played with the world of it, like with how it was strictly a musical, and just like I remember like one of the opening acts, just like they just burst into song about it. I can't remember the song it was, but it was pretty great, and I am happy to say that. To me, this is actually what made me like Elton John a little bit more. In 2016, Sing, I think it is. I think it came out in 2016.
Sing's great.
Taron Egerton, I prefer his version of I'm Still Standing over Elton John. Elton John is great, but I love that version of I'm Still Standing. So, like, I think Taron Egerton was the perfect guy to play this role. Just didn't really all the way connect with me. But Good movie. Yeah.
Fine. That's fair.
All right, Zad, on to you.
Oh, okay. This movie is kind of it's close to my bottom 10, but it's my number 10 spot is in Lux right now. But I think I'm gonna go with this one and replace another one as my bottom 10 instead, and use this one instead because I remember this was another movie I was looking forward to, and it had so many great actors in it, including one that we spoke about earlier this week, and even something I did not expect to see James Bond acting as Foghorn Leghorn in this movie. But anyway, Knives Out was a great movie, like to me this year. I think the acting in it was great. The mystery surrounding it was amazing. Even not gonna say anything really about because I think everybody should see this movie.
No.
It was predictable at some points, and I kind of knock it off a little bit for that. But I think the performances by Anna
Anna de Armas.
Thank you, Anna de Armas. She did a great job as her character in this, and just being surrounded by that family, the way that she played it cool, and the way that she acted, surrounded by these other great legends, Jamie Lee Curtis, Christopher Plummer, Don Johnson, I think was in it. Yeah, Lakeith Stanfield. Like this was a great movie. It really was. So, Knives Out is definitely it would be in my top 10 now.
All right, Dan, on to you.
I'll tell you what. I can't take away a single thing that Zaddeus said. I think he was right on the money. Chris Evans to me is the standout in this movie. Anna de Armas is phenomenal. Daniel Craig is phenomenal, but I believe the standout in this film is Chris Evans. And I think the reason why he took this role is because it's so different than anything else he is.
Captain America's a dick in this movie.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I didn't say it. And another one, Ryan Johnson, who did something completely different than the last a murder mystery in this crazy house in Massachusetts. I think this is really good. The only thing about it is I think it was predictable. I think the ending, I think if you were watching the movie, you're kind of getting to the end, you're like, yeah, I'm starting to figure out this murder mystery. But like you said, the performances are all great. I'm gonna have to say no.
All right, on to me. I'm giving it a yes. Well, one, I had so much fun in this movie. Going in there, like in all movies, you want to have fun, and this movie was super fun. It's pretty much Clue for the modern generation. That's the way I look at it. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's a murder mystery. It keeps you guessing. I couldn't tell the ending, but apparently everyone else could. But Chris Evans, the whole cast was incredible. Christopher Plummer, Jamie Lee Curtis, like everybody in this movie was incredible. Daniel Craig,
Don Johnson, Michael Shannon.
Yeah,
Michael Shannon was a great man.
I'm giving it a yes. I think this movie was just super fun.
I will say one thing also else. There was one I do agree 100% that a lot of things were predictable about it. The one thing that probably pushed it over the edge in my book was, and I won't spoil it for people. I know we're doing spoilers, but I want people to go see this really bad. There was the instance of when the main suspect got caught in a lie at the very end, and how that was revealed.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, that was interesting, but I completely understand. That's kind of what pushed it over the edge to me a little bit, which made it better than expected. But yeah.
All right, on to me. Now again, this could be recency bias, but I don't believe in that because I just watched this movie earlier this week. I'm going Jojo Rabbit. Taika Waititi's satire on World War II, satire on Nazi Germany, satire on Adolf Hitler, which Taika Waititi plays Hitler, and he does such a great job at making Hitler seem just like the biggest doofus in the world. This movie was entertaining. It had heartfelt moments. The cast was incredible. It dealt with a lot of dark topics with dark humor, and that worked for me. It was edgy humor that was like, should I be laughing at this? Should I not? I like when comedies can make me question whether I should laugh or not. But also, this movie wasn't just a comedy. It had a lot of social commentary. It had a lot of really dramatic moments about why do we see each other by our nationalities, our race, whatever. Why can't we just see each other as human beings? And that's what I love more about this movie, that underlying message of why do we have to categorize people as a Jew or a German or a black, white, whatever? We're all humans. Like, I love that message, that hidden message behind it. So I'm going Jojo Rabbit. Dan?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, guys. I got to see this at the Central Florida Film Festival, and it was a surprise that I got invited to the press screening of this. But I've been hearing like rave reviews, and it had won the Toronto jury prize at Toronto, and I'm like, oh boy, I got to see this movie. Taika Waititi dealing with Hitler and all this stuff, and I walked out. I was absolutely blown away. There was an absolutely jaw-dropping moment in this film, and I'm not going to say a word about it. You got to see the movie. I will not spoil that. I strongly believe Scarlett Johansson could win an Oscar. I think she's going to get nominated twice.
She's been having.
She's going to get nominated twice. I feel she'll get nominated twice, and very legitimately could win an Oscar for her role in Jojo Rabbit. Thomasin McKenzie is in this, but the little kids are the reason this movie works. If they aren't like legitimately, like you don't care about them and their story and what they're doing, what they got going on, the movie falls flat on its face. And it doesn't do that. And like you said, Hunter, Taika Waititi, so he goes the whole, like, he's this happy-go-lucky buddy, and then he starts going down by the end of the movie. So he goes the whole gambit of emotions from beginning to end. And in a character like that, it's really kind of impressive. I was really impressed by Taika Waititi as Adolf Hitler, an imaginary friend. So I'm gonna say yes for Jojo Rabbit.
By the way, the little kid who played Jojo, Roman Griffin Davis.
Roman Griffin Davis is incredible.
Star-making performance, man, incredible.
They need a child under the age of 18 Oscar category.
They do.
This is ridiculous. How many great child performances we get every year, and we never get children nominated for Oscars because they just don't consider children actors that good. They need a category for children.
Or hell, just have them be put in the best actor category, because I believe he deserves the best actor.
It's such a deep category, Hunter. They're not going to do it. They need a child actor performance. Best, put women or girls and boys together, combine them into one category, and it should be every year we should get one child gets an Oscar. That's just my opinion, but I understand where you're coming from. I just don't think they're going to ever nominate children over adults, but
I mean, also, like, I don't like the subcategories of, like, best comic book movie. Let's do that. And then
no, definitely not that. But best on stunt ensemble, best ensemble would be a good one, and best child actor. Those three, I think, make sense. But what do I know?
Yo, I'm really glad this got voted on, because I have not seen this yet, but I was talking to Hunter the other day, like, I really want to see this movie. And again, when I remember seeing the trailer about this movie, though, it caught me off guard. I'm like, wait, time out. We're making a movie about Hitler? But then when I saw it was Taika Waititi playing, I'm like, oh, this can't be like any old regular movie about Hitler. But then hearing Dan's description of how he starts and how he like declines, I think, or how he runs that gamut of emotions, I really want to see now. And then there was this one specific trailer that you can see it starting getting a lot deeper between the main kid. I think I saw a girl actress also in this movie, which really got my head to
Thomasin McKenzie.
Yeah, that really made my head start speculating who this girl may be. And again, I won't say anything here, but I'm really looking.
No spoilers then at all.
Yeah,
no spoilers. I would never spoil anything like what happened in this movie.
Yeah, I want to check this movie out. So this is definitely on the must-see list. So I was hoping that was on VOD or something, but it's not yet. But I think it's hard to find in theaters around. But I'm gonna be looking for it though.
Oh yeah. All right. So let's. It's back up to Dan, correct?
Yep. How many we got so far, Hunter?
We got 6, so 4
6
more spots.
4 more spots. All right, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but you know what? I want to talk about this because I think it needs to be talked about, and I think it's clearly one of the best movies of the year. And I know a lot of people don't like to read a movie, but I feel like America isn't the only country that makes great movies. And every year there's 2 or 3
I think I know where you're going with this.
foreign language films, and I think we need this one has such a hot button issue about society as a whole that I think we need to talk about it, and I think it needs to be on people's best of the year list, and that is Parasite. Hunter nailed it. It's a movie about the haves and the have-nots. You have this family that has it all. They have butlers, they have maids, then you have this family that lives in squalor. And little by little, they implement themselves into the family of the rich family, and they get to live that life of rich and driving around in nice cars and eating nice foods and living in a nice house. But there is a twist in this movie that I will not give away that just will blow your mind. And if you're not a fan, if you never watched the Bong Joon-ho movie, The Host, and a few other ones that I've seen over the years, please do yourself a favor. This guy is one of the best directors in the world. It doesn't matter what country he's from. And I think Parasite is a movie that needs to be talked about as one of the best films of the year because of what it says about social commentary about our society and the haves and the have-nots. And I really got a lot out of this film. So I just wanted to bring up Parasite.
All right. I haven't seen it. It's on my list to watch. Zad?
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I have heard about it though, but I've only recently heard about it. And by recently, I mean like within the last 2 weeks. How long has this movie been out?
It's been out since about November.
Yeah, I mean it definitely needs more. You've given the best little synopsis of it completely. Like I've heard more about it now that I've had these past couple weeks, and mainly it was on live shows that I've been hearing it on people's best of us. I haven't been seeing it like promoted anywhere, so I'll check it. I'll give this a watch. Though.
I figured you guys didn't see it. I figured what the hell. I just wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
If one of you voted it on, I'll be happy. But I had a feeling y'all didn't see it.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what this twist is, though.
Me too.
That should mean.
Oh,
that has me
crazy. It's crazy, guys. You know Bong Joon-ho. He put some crazy stuff in. He also did Ocha, which is on Netflix about a monster.
Is this a Korean movie?
Yep, it's Korean. Yep.
Oh, it's subtitled?
Yep. Where is this movie like in theaters, or is this on?
It's coming out soon on Blu-ray. It's from Neon. Neon is the production company behind it. It should be coming out on Blu-ray soon. I bet any money it'll be out in the next month on Blu-ray, so it garners some gets people to watch it before the awards ceremony and season. You're going to hear some about it on Sunday if you watch the Golden Globes, because it's been nominated for Best Foreign Language Film, and the director Bong Joon-ho has been nominated for Best Director. So he has a legitimate shot of winning Best Director. I don't think he'll win, but he is a legitimate shot. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because I just felt like these movies need to be championed. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to Zaddeus.
Okay. Next on my list. It's interesting. I'm not sure. I have one on my list that kind of given how a comment was kind of made earlier. I feel like this is about to be voted down, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. Just because I thought it was, I was completely okay with everything that happened in this movie, but something that happened at the very end. It's been a very not controversial, but polarizing movie over the last 2-3 weeks that's been out. People not liking how it ended because it kind of messed up some people's childhoods and how the saga comes to an end. But I do believe that Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker deserves to be in the discussion. I understand what I can see where people did not like about this movie. I do. However, I was completely fine with these. I thought some things were just excellent in this movie. So again, I will say if we talk about this one thing, I really did not like one thing that happened in this movie. But I'll leave that open to the floor.
I haven't seen it, so.
Oh boy. Oh man, I love you, Zaddeus. I love you. I'll tell you what. I did not hate this movie as much as I hated The Rise of Skywalker, but I did not like this movie that much to make it be on a list of the 10 best of the year. I thought there was a lot of, it's so convoluted, Zaddeus. There's just so much going on and things just don't add up, in the end. And why the Emperor? I mean, we didn't need the Emperor. Why the Emperor? Why not something else? And I know he's trying to fix what Ryan Johnson did in The Last Jedi because he kind of screwed up his old plans that he had. And I believe, I'll be honest with you, I do believe what happened to Rey. I believe that part, that makes sense to me. If you know the whole story of the Skywalkers and Palpatine and all these different things, that kind of makes sense. A lot of people, that doesn't make sense. Yes, it does make sense. Yes, it does make sense. But bringing Palpatine back is just, come on, let's give us something new. Give us a new villain, something new. I love the planets. I love all the different things that they did. The VFX, the production value, the score. John Williams, the score is amazing. This is the last Star Wars score he's ever going to do. Amazing. But I just can't, in all consciousness, put this on a list of the top 10 films of the year, Zaddeus. I apologize, buddy.
No, it's completely understand. My biggest knock against this movie, actually, the other thing I'm not going to mention, but this movie felt very rushed. It was very rushed. They did take time to explain a lot. I think I like Palpatine, but they needed more about that. We need a Star Wars 8.5 or something to happen to let us know exactly how he came back, and not have Dominant Monaghan, I think his name is. Hey, the Emperor is back, or hell, this really doesn't matter about it. Or how it says at the beginning, the ghosts from the past are back. The Emperor is back. Like, come on, man! Like, you just gonna tell that to us in the opening crawl. Now, how he was reintroduced, interesting, and he became a badass figure again throughout the movie, or at one certain point in the movie. But I think my biggest criticism about this movie is it felt very rushed. And if any movie, I think this movie was maybe 2 hours 30 minutes or something about it, or 2 hours 20 minutes. If any movie needed to be an Avengers Endgame style type of movie, like 3 hours or more, this movie needed to be that, because you needed to explain a whole lot in this movie, like a lot.
Yeah,
but I completely understand this not be on this.
All right, on to me. I don't know if I should go with this one, but you know what? Screw it. I'm a horror movie fan, and one of my favorite horror movies of the year came out early on in the year. It's directed by Jordan Peele. It's Us. Oh my God! This for a little while was my favorite movie of the year, and then I saw some more, and it still ended up in my top 10. But my God, I've seen this movie so many times. Worthy follow-up to Get Out, in my opinion. You love the characters. Lupita Nyong'o, holy crap, she was great in this movie, playing two roles that are completely different and separate. Incredible. The twist at the end, I followed it. I believed it. This movie was awesome. Had a lot of intense scenes. Of course, that trademark humor from Jordan Peele. Definitely going with Us. Zad, on to you.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Hunter. I like Get Out a lot. I really did. I like Us a lot. However, and like you said, the characters in this movie were great, and even the horror aspects about it were amazing. And more and more I think about, I own it on Blu-ray and stuff. I like it. The thing about it is that twist. Figured it out for a moment. I figured it out in the beginning.
Really, I did.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm like super slow to this shit. So
no, and I think it's because I think the one thing is the one of the main things that ruined it was a trick. Again, I like seeing trailers, but I think they kind of signal it in the trailer. You know the scene where
that's what it is. I only watched the first trailer.
Yeah, that first trailer. I'm like, okay, this is weird. But when you look at the trailer, I thought nothing of it. But as the movie, at the beginning of the movie, and seeing what was going on, I realized it. And then there's one pivotal scene in this movie, and I'm not sure. I think it was when the husband and the family were discussing going back to the beach or going back to the town where this carnival was at. And Peter was like, "No, we can't go there," or something like that happened in this movie. And she was very adamant about going back. I'm like, yeah. And so I'm gonna have to vote it no. But I wouldn't be ashamed to see it on the list. But it kind of fell off from Get Out for me. Again, I'm still looking forward to Candyman, but
yeah, completely understand that. Dan?
Yeah, I'm with Zaddeus. I hate to do it to you, Hunter. It's not one of my favorite movies of the year. It does have its moments. There are moments that are just fantastic in this movie. Lupita Nyong'o is fantastic. The twist is just, I saw the twist, and then the ending was just, really, that's the ending. The Coca-Cola commercial across America.
Hold your hands across the world.
I thought the ending didn't stick it like the ending of Get Out did, and it's just not one of my top 20 movies, 25 movies of the year, maybe. So I can't in conscience vote this. Then I apologize to you, Hunter.
No, that's fine. I didn't expect it to get on, but hey, I had to bring it up because I actually like the movie.
Yes, shoot your shot.
Hey, you wanted to talk about just like I wanted to talk about Rocket Man. So,
all right, Dan, back to you.
All right, so here's another movie. I don't know if you guys have seen it or anything, but I think it's a movie that a lot of people can relate to. This day and age, our country isn't. Our husbands and wives, they're not staying together like they used to stay together like 30, 40, 50 years. And they're falling more out of love. And
thank you for bringing this one up.
And I feel like that Noah Baumbach, he took from his own experiences, his relationship with Jennifer Jason Leigh, and he wrote this script.
Oh, really?
Yep. This movie is so spot on. There is a scene in the middle of the movie where Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson are just yelling at each other.
That's my favorite scene of the year.
Bickering back and forth. And that's the Oscar moment for both of them. They are both going to get nominated for Academy Awards for that scene alone, for Best Actor and Best Actress. And the other thing is, so many families are moving away and just they don't have the same kind of ideas that the other member of the family, the husband or the wife. They have different memories, and they don't fall and they don't stay in love like they do. And when you put a kid involved, that really complicates things, man. And this is absolutely the Kramer versus Kramer of this era. 40 years after Kramer versus Kramer, we get the modern day version of Kramer versus Kramer. And the lawyers, Laura Dern as the lawyer for Scarlett Johansson, is
Ray Liotta.
And Ray Liotta and Alan Alda both give great performances. So I wanted to bring up something that's relevant to society and a lot of families, whether you're Black, you're white, Hispanic, Asian, everybody can relate to this story because a lot of people are falling out of love these days. So I say Marriage Story.
All right, Zad, you first.
Have not seen this yet. Again, this is another movie that I think kind of suffered from not being promoted enough. Let me just say that.
Yeah,
I haven't heard about it until very much recently. Within the past, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or something. And fortunately, no, I think it's on Netflix, isn't it?
Yes,
it is.
Yeah, so this is something I can easily watch soon. But yeah, I just haven't seen it yet.
All right. I've seen it. I'm giving it a yes. Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver are my lock for Best Actor and Best Actress this year. my God, this has my favorite scene, and it's that argument scene because I love how it feels so real. Like as I was watching it, I felt like I was the kid in the middle of the argument. Like I felt scared and tense. I was like, "Did he really just say that?" Like it felt so real. And movies like that, like I've never had to deal with divorce, luckily. Um, but it feels like that is what would happen if you have a kid. You're trying to make things work, but that one mistake happens and it causes a spiral. Like, and then the argument scene where they're like going back and forth, and you see both of their points. That's what I love. That he doesn't make you choose between, okay, I'm following her or I'm following him. Like, she's bad, he's good, or vice versa. You get both of their sides, and he's playing it right down the middle. So really, you can choose. Do you side with him or her? They both have great points. They both have done some shitty stuff, but you get it. You understand where they're coming from, and the characters are fantastic. Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson are mesmerizing together on screen. This is a yes for me. All right, so we have 7 on the list right now. 3 more. Sorry, I can't.
Yeah, 3 more.
All right, back to you, Zad.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot my shot with this movie too. Well, this was not too much of a wild card one, but I made a case for a Disney Pixar movie earlier. I made a case for a straight out MCU movie. I can't, in good consciousness, leave this movie out of discussion for in my top 10 because, damn it, if DC didn't do one thing right in its entirety, they did Shazam right. And this movie, I will honestly say it caught me off guard because I did not know very much about like the character Shazam. I've just seen him in like certain movies I think it was some of those Justice League movies and stuff that are out there, like the cartoon versions. And he always kind of played kitty like a kitty guy to me. But I give 100% credit to I think the kid's name is Asher Angel, who plays young Billy Batson, and Zach Levi. He's charismatic as AF in this movie, and I think
it's fine.
Yeah, I think his connection with I forgot his name, but Jack Dylan Glazer, I think is his real. His brother, quote unquote brother, and the whole family was amazing.
Freddie Freeman's his character's name.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman. There we go. It caught me off guard, and it was a pleasant surprise. It was a pleasant surprise to me, and it stuck with me from the beginning of the year because I think this movie came out in like April or March or something last year, and
yeah, it was like March.
Yeah, and I still love it even to the end. So yeah, I'm going to say Shazam.
All right, Dan, on to you.
I'll tell you what. I mean, I cannot argue a single thing that Zaddeus just said. I think it's a fantastic movie. I thought it had so much like energy to it that you didn't expect. You know, think, oh, these DC movies, and then this one comes out. It's so different than everything you've seen, and it's so fun. And the lead guy as Zachary Levi as Shazam is fantastic. What they do with the adoptive family, the stepbrothers and sisters, is fantastic. The villain, Mark Strong. I can't say a single thing against this film, except I just like some other films better than this film, and I would rather see some other films make this list. And like I said, I have nothing against this film whatsoever, Zaddeus. I just would rather see some other things make the list, so I'm going to have to say no.
So hard because I really do love Shazam. It's such a good movie. Zad, I hate to do this to you, but I agree with Dave. There's a few more movies on my list and that I feel were, how do I put this? They hit me more than Shazam.
Understandable. I completely understand that.
So it's back to me, correct?
Yeah, because it was
All right.
Because they had Marriage Story, right?
Yeah,
Marriage Story. Oh yeah, so yeah.
Now there's 2 I could go with here. One, I'm not sure will make the list. The other one, I'm pretty sure will make the list. But I got to go with one that really caught me off guard. You guys know I'm a huge wrestling fan, pro wrestling fan. Fighting with My Family is a movie for everybody. You have a dysfunctional family. If you have a dream you want to follow, if there's anything in your life that you want to push towards, this movie deals with it. Florence Pugh gives a great performance as Paige. Man, she's killing it this year too. Her that and Midsummer. Um, three. Oh yeah, Little Women. So I haven't seen that movie yet, but I heard she's fantastic in it. But this movie follows Paige. And as a huge wrestling fan going in there, I was so excited to see the story because I watched the biopic or the documentary it's based on. And going in, I was like, okay, see some cool wrestling stuff. I was not expecting a great family drama with a whole bunch of comedy from Nick Frost and Lena Headey. Yeah, as the mother. The brother was really good. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. The actor. But overall, this movie is about following your dreams. It's really uplifting, which is something we need nowadays, like an uplifting story about following your dreams. And that's why I'm putting up Fighting with My Family. Zad, starting with you.
I love Paige with all my heart. It hurt me when I saw that she was dancing, but I'm like, oh, I took it personal. Didn't have any judgment with this movie at all. Again, loved it. Loved the wrestler. And Florence Pugh has been a great actress this year. Again, like you said. However, this movie did. I was underwhelmed by this movie, if you know what I'm saying. And maybe I need to see the biopic, the actual documentary.
Not really. I mean, it adds to it, but
I was a little bit underwhelmed by this movie. I'm not saying she didn't do a great job, and that other people did. It just didn't hit me that as a wrestling fan as I thought it should have. And I know it's a movie also, but the inaccuracies of that AJ Lee match, really made me mad. It made me more mad than it should have. It really did, but and maybe a little bit of resentment is towards that part of the movie. But I gotta say no to it.
All right, Dan.
Yeah, the wrestling stuff as far as inaccuracies, I didn't know anything about. I actually stopped watching wrestling just around the time that Paige kind of broke into WWE. And so I didn't really follow her entire career. But I heard about this movie and I was like, well, I liked her when she was in WWE, the little bit of time that I was watching. And The Rock was so funny in this.
He was
Vince Vaughn was so just – he was a complete – Vince Vaughn doesn't exist. The character Vince Vaughn plays doesn't exist. But The Rock was really funny in this. And I really liked Florence Pugh in this movie. But my problem is this isn't even the best Florence Pugh performance of the year. And she's in two other movies that the performance she gives is better than this. And I hate to do it to you, Hunter, because I did really enjoy. It was a pleasant surprise for me. Fighting with My Family was. But I would rather – I know it's not going to come up, but I would rather a different Florence Pugh movie come up.
I was debating between this one and the other one.
You might have had a better shot with one of the other ones. I'm going to say no.
All right. I completely understand. Back to you, Dan. I mean, if you want to bring this one up.
I'm going to hold off on that right now.
Let me say one thing real quick. The match was over in like 2 minutes, Hunter. Like, it was a page turner, and that was it. Match done. This match did not last 10 minutes as it did in the movie.
Seeing Selena Vega's AJ Lee was the best thing ever.
That was cool, but that really irked me towards the end of that movie. Like, okay, guys, come on. I'm like, it was such a great moment to see as a fan in the actual WWE. Yeah, it could have just been just as great in that moment. But I understand it's a movie. But that really irked me. I've been waiting to get there.
All right, Dan.
All right, I'm gonna bring up a movie. You guys aren't gonna vote it on, but I just want to talk about it because I love it so much. And when I saw it, I was just absolutely blown away. It was my number one movie of the year at that moment. Some things passed it since, and it's on my top 10 lists of the year. And it's a movie that I really resonated with because of the main character. The main character, his name is Javid, and he's a kid who's he lives in a Pakistani family, and he lives in Luton, England, and his father is an overbearing, just, I mean, not the nicest guy, and a lot of us can relate to, but he is an aspiring writer, and a buddy of his, he just enters college, and he runs into a buddy of his in college, and he knocks him down, and he drops these 2 cassette tapes, and they're Bruce Springsteen cassette tapes, and he says, "What are these?" He says, "Oh, it's the boss." "Oh, who's the boss?" "You don't know who the boss is?" "All right, here, I'm going to lend these to you. You take care of these with your life. You do not let anything happen to it." And he changes his whole outlook on life by listening to the music of Bruce Springsteen. And I just absolutely love this movie. I love Gorinda Chudda's direction. She directed Bend It Like Beckham. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that movie.
I've heard of it, never seen it.
Yeah, it's a great movie. And I know this movie is about Pakistani family in England, but I feel like any family in America, any family in any state, in any town in the world can relate to this story of this young man trying to be something and trying to strive for something in his life, and having an overbearing coach or father or some relative in his family. We all have that. I know we do. And I think it's so relatable to people of any walk of life. And I cannot say enough about Blinded by the Light. And if you weren't a fan of Bruce Springsteen before you saw this movie, you're going to love him after this movie. There's some great musical scenes in this movie. I just wanted to get it out there. You guys are probably going to vote it down, but I just wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, I've never seen this movie. I've never even heard of this movie. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
Hunter.
I will say I haven't seen it, so I'm can't vote on it. But I will say this, Dan. Your take on it is completely different than what I've heard. What I thought about it. And this is a marketing problem, because I'm not the biggest Bruce Springsteen fan. And what I thought about this movie was everything with the promotional material, with the trailer, had me thinking this was gonna be like Yesterday, another kind of Yesterday movie.
No, it wasn't. Nothing like Yesterday.
I had from what you tell me about the overbearing father and the family and stuff like that, I would have never gotten that for the trailer. And I think that's a marketing issue right there. So you actually made me want to see this movie.
Warner Brothers dropped the ball on it. Definitely. They bought it out of Sundance and they dropped the ball on it. I give you 100% credit. They did drop the ball on it. But everybody, you can go back and listen to Collider Reviews, Perry Nemiroff, and listen to anybody. Scott, tons of people just absolutely had nothing but rave reviews of Blinded by the Light.
I'm about to watch it now. You are a great movie salesman, Dan.
Yeah, because I seriously thought this was gonna be like a musical, like a guy like not taking credit for the boss's work, but kind of claiming to be the boss of where he's at. Like, I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but
the credits are great because there's all kinds of photos in the credits and stuff about the real guy that this story is based on.
Oh, it's based on a true story. Okay.
Oh, yeah, based on a real guy. Yep.
Yeah. Damn. Warner Brothers.
I mean, I knew I took a chance on bringing it up, but I wanted to talk about it. I just felt, hey, we have the platform to talk about movies. Why not bring up some?
I just hope I get at least one more go around.
And I think you will. And it's good. This is why I'm glad to be on here, because, again, talking with people about certain movies, you'll get a completely 100% different take.
Yeah.
If I was to log on to YouTube to watch the trailer for it, because this was never something I never really wanted to see. But the fact that you say that if you were a Bruce Springsteen fan before this movie, actually you will be afterwards, that you're talking to me right there. So okay. All
right, Zach, on to you.
Okay, this is another movie that might have a little recency bias with me, but it's a little bit lower on my list. But I think it's kind of one of those movies that I've been kind of tugging with the last couple of days, because as Uncut Gems was the last movie I saw in theaters, this was literally the last movie I saw in 2019, and it caught me off. It was another movie that kind of caught me off guard, especially by the lead actor. I want to give the other actor pretty much credit too, because seeing a movie that I like with Shia LaBeouf in it, yeah, that was interesting. But I think him as Tyler and let me see what Zach's name was because
Lucas Hedges plays
his
him as an adult, and Noah Jupe plays him as a child.
the lead names.
Oh, never mind. My bad. I thought you were talking about a different movie. I apologize.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, but Zach's name is Zach, which is cool.
Zach,
But,
you're right, Zach.
Yeah, that's right. The Peanut Butter Falcon is definitely it because I really enjoyed this movie a lot, and it hit me in the heart. Now, there's one thing I didn't. I think some things happened a little bit too fast. At one point, there's another movie that could have expanded a little bit longer with things, and I kind of get a sense of time with this movie. However, I will say the relationship and the development of the bond between Zach and Tyler, between Zach and Shia LaBeouf, it seems so real and it seems so easy to form, and I really enjoyed that a lot about this. That was my favorite part of this movie from the moment they find each other. It was a great. Even no spoilers. There was a funny scene, a couple of funny scenes in this movie, but I really enjoyed the Peanut Butter Falcon.
Okay, I haven't seen it. I've heard great things about it, and I have to watch it. That was actually next on my list, but after Ford versus Ferrari. So I'm definitely gonna get to it. But so Dan, on to you.
How many we got on the list right now?
7, I believe. Hold on, 1,
7.
2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5.
Where's that? I'm really debating about this.
Yeah, 7.
I absolutely loved it. I saw it about I don't know 3 or 4 weeks before it came out in theaters in my press screening, and I was because I had heard a buddy of mine saw it at the South by Southwest Film Festival. He says, "You need to get into the press screening for Peanut Butter Falcon." I said, "Peanut Butter Falcon? Yeah, yes, do it. Make sure." And I was bugging my editor. I like, dude, Peanut Butter Falcon. I hear there's a screening. I need to get into that screening. And he got me into that screening, and I walked out of that movie like, wow, this is so good. Shia LaBeouf is so good. Zach Gottsagen is so good. I really, really enjoyed this movie. God, 3 spots left. What could you guys come up with that's not Peanut Butter Falcon? That's the question. And what could maybe if I could get something else on? That's a big question here. Oh man, you know what? For the sake of this show and for Zaddeus, I've been voting a lot of his down. I'm gonna give him one this time. I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay.
I really enjoyed Peanut Butter Falcon. I mean, I have no problems with. I'm gonna give you this one, Zad. I'm gonna give you.
Thank you.
Not a bad choice there. I
think this is a movie that could have benefited from being a little bit longer because I think it's only an hour and 31 minutes or something like that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty short. It's only like an hour and a half, maybe an hour 45. But again, it a lot happens in this time period, and it hits your heart, and
it really does.
Just I think the thing that if you look at this movie and you think about how certain people in this country are treated, because the main character, I would say Zach is one of the main characters. It has Down syndrome, and it kind of just discuss you about how some people look down on people with disabilities in this country as well, and like these are people too. And that was my favorite part about Shia LaBeouf is he gave 0 F's that Zach had Down syndrome in this movie at all. He's like, okay, cool. And there was a specific line that happened in this movie that just hits you in the heart. So check it out, Hunter. It's Redbox.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. All right, back to me. Hopefully, this is the right Florence Pugh movie. Again, I'm a huge horror movie fan. Midsommar is fucking incredible. Ari Aster, second movie behind Hereditary. Sorry, I almost forgot about that. Was just incredible. Florence Pugh gives a haunting performance. The whole movie is like an experience to me. You go in there and you watch it on the big screen, and you're brought into the movie. And that's probably not a place you want to be, but you're there and you're stuck and you can't go anywhere. Your anxiety's so high. If Uncut Gems leaves you on the edge of your seat, this movie will take you out of your seat because this movie is intense as hell. I want to say the word fun, but it's not really fun.
No. No, not fun at all.
But as a horror movie fan, it hit my horror bones to the max. Had me wanting to go back and see it multiple times. This movie was incredible. I'm going Midsommar. Dan?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, myself would have nominated a different one, but I know you haven't seen it yet. So it makes sense that you didn't nominate that one. But this is the one that really, this is the best horror movie of the year. And there is a scene at the beginning of this movie that, what the heck? I just got down. I'm just drinking my popcorn, my soda. I'm just drinking my soda. I'm just skidding. And then all of a sudden, this crazy scene happens. You're like, right out of the gate. And you're like, what am I in store for in this movie?
Yep.
In this beautiful setting, flowers and green grass.
And then it all turns to shit.
Wow, what the? And then all this craziness with crazy religions. And I mean, I'll tell you right now, I have to, for the sake of this list and the fact that I've been voting a lot of yours down, Hunter, I'm going to give you this one. I'm definitely going to give, because we don't have a lot of choices left that we could actually get on the list. I'm hoping I get another one on the list, but if I don't, I don't. But I'm going to give you Midsommar. I think it deserves its place on a top 10 list, and it did make a lot of. You go back, a lot of the pundits that are online and different newspapers and whatnot do have Midsommar on their top 10 list. So you know, it's not in my top 10, but I'm going to give it to you. I absolutely, it's so jaw dropping. There's so many moments in this movie, and then the extended cut.
I had to see that. I had to see the extended cut.
Yeah, and then Ari Aster. We have so many great new and up and coming filmmakers. Ari Aster. I mean, we're in a great young filmmakers. Well. Huh?
I said both coming from A24 as well.
Yep. A24 once again. Yep.
Insane.
All right. It's my Zaddeus.
What would you say?
What would you have said, Zaddeus?
Haven't seen it yet, but
good thing I voted on that, Hunter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good thing he voted, but the way that you said, the way that excitement that you just gave,
there's
did that happen at the beginning?
Oh,
get ready! Wow. Don't get there late. If you get the Blu-ray, make sure you're sitting down, Zaddeus. Don't be like doing errands around the house. Make sure you're sitting there and you're
okay.
Because you're gonna be like, what the F just happened? And that's
I'm gonna check this out real soon.
That's like the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, it is.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna check this out though. That's for sure, because I know I think I actually saw him Blu-ray the other night, but I just wanted to see two other things before. But interesting. And I'm not the biggest. Well, let me say this: how big of in terms of horror is it like? Is it like ghostly horror? Because I'm not a fan of that.
It's subtle horror, but it's like jaw dropping.
It's more of a psychological thriller.
Yeah, okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Okay,
like Silence of the Lambs type.
Okay, that's better. That's better. Those I'm a fan of. I heard a lot of horror stuff, but the first thing that kind of horror with me is like ghosts or like some kind of spirit or like that damn movie that's about to come out, The Turning or something like that.
The Turning actually looks interesting.
Oh yeah, she's from right here, like about half hour away from me. The little girl in The Turning.
Oh really?
Oh okay.
We're probably gonna do a press screening of that, so I'll probably get into that with her.
Nice.
She did a press screening last month for just her and her family members at a theater. There was only 5 people in the theater for her because that was a movie she was in. She was also a little girl in The Florida Project.
I haven't seen that movie.
Oh God!
I wanted to see that movie. That's the movie with Willem Dafoe, right? The Florida Project. Yeah, it came out last year, I think.
No, 2 years ago. Really good.
Yeah, it's really 18. Good point.
So is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
All right. I got 2 guys, and I'm wondering, God, what am I going to do here? I got 2. I want to do the one that's like the most like out there movie that maybe you guys would put on the list because it's got great performances. But then I want to do the art house one that I really think is just so freaking good that I just cannot not want to talk about it. I'm going to go with the big one, and I don't think you guys are going to vote for it, but because you may not have seen it already. Okay, so I don't know how political you guys are, but
not really at all.
I'm a little. The older you get, the more politics affects you, and the more things that our government and stuff like that does to us affects us. So the more you're more invested in what goes on. And one of the things that I couldn't stand when I was growing up is a little bit a news channel called Fox News.
Oh, I want to see this. I'm sorry, but continue. I'm sorry.
Neither one of you have seen it, probably. Damn it, I picked the wrong one.
Is it like?
So Fox News is basically they're all like right wing like guys and girls that talk about Republicans and Donald Trump and all this kind of stuff. Well, they finally people within them realized that the guy that was running it was a freaking sexist bigot and complete.
I guessed it.
Complete a-hole. And there's 3 women at the front of this movie. Charlize Theron.
Did I nail it? Yeah.
Charlize Theron as Megyn Kelly. Nicole Kidman as Gretchen Carlson. And then Margot Robbie plays an amalgamation of 3 different women or a group of women. She plays one character. But you can't have all of these people. So they all were in the middle of this sex scandal by this guy named Roger Ailes of Fox News. Mm-hmm. And he is such a lech of a guy. And John Lithgow plays him perfectly. I mean, he is so – I mean, you hate it. You hate this guy. But the performance in this movie to me that really – I'm like, wow. You don't even recognize Charlize Theron. She doesn't even look like herself. She looks just like Megyn Kelly. And it's like the opposite of when she played Eileen Wuornos in Monster, where she completely uglified herself up. Well, she's gorgeous. She's in dresses. She's got makeup. She's got it. But she still doesn't look like Charlize Theron. She looks like Megyn Kelly. And it's like unbelievable. And she is at the center of this movie. The decisions and the things she makes this either go or not go, which I will not give away since I'm assuming that you guys never saw this movie. But Margot Robbie is really great in it, and so is Nicole Kidman. Yeah, Bombshell is the movie, Hunter Bombshell. But I'm sure you guys didn't see this.
Dan, I'm gonna start. Zad, I haven't seen it. I've saw trailers for it. You should be a used movie salesman, because my God, you make me want to go watch that movie right now.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, the performances by the 3 leads and John Lithgow are all incredible. Jay Roach has made a career of making these kind of political movies, done 2 on HBO, and this one this almost didn't see the light of day because Annapurna had this movie and they dropped it. And if they didn't, I can't remember who else picked it up. I can't remember who picked it up. It was Lionsgate or somebody. This movie never would have seen the light of day, and it's a shame because these women give phenomenal performances, specifically Charlize Theron. She will be nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress. Margot Robbie, Best Supporting Actress. And I'd like to see Nicole Kidman, but maybe not.
Dude, I'm becoming a huge fan of Margot Robbie, like, especially this year. Like, Insanity. Is that?
Yo, this is one of those movies that I have not seen it yet. Keyword on that on the emphasis of yet. This movie came out recently, and I think that kind of hurt it with some of the other movies that have recently came out. So there's been other movies that I prioritized before seeing this one. But I do want to see this one mainly because Nicole Kidman and Charlize Theron, and just I have my certain viewpoints about the quote unquote news at Fox News. So I'm really interested in seeing more about this movie and about hearing about these women's stories. But man, I want to see it. I can't vote for it though, but I really want to check this movie out.
Fine. I had a feeling y'all didn't see it. Once again, I wanted to bring it up. I had another one. I'm like, should I bring that one? I didn't know. I don't know what you guys have seen, so I don't know I didn't know what to bring up. But I had a chance to talk about it.
Understandable.
Yeah. All right, Zad, on to you.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this one out here because this is a movie. It kind of it was a movie starring an actor that it kind of surprised me to see him in this type of role, but it was dope. I think he did a great job in this movie. Some movie was predictable at some points, But this movie, it was very it was definitely a certain type of bloodlust. It was a very smart movie at certain points. And I don't think it was directed, but being produced by the Russo brothers, I think helped. And that's the movie 21 Bridges, starring Chadwick Boseman. Also, Sienna Miller was in this movie. J.K. Simmons was in this movie. Again, some things are predictable in this, but that could just be me and how I feel. Maybe I've seen so many movies that I can start to put certain things together and stuff like that. But I really think his performance was great. It brought me back to movies of seeing like Morgan Freeman like in that kind of role, like back in like the Kiss Girls types of movies, and Along Came a Spider. And while it doesn't really involve that same type of scenario, it was just cool seeing Chadwick Boseman play that type of character in this movie, and I really enjoyed it. So 21 Bridges.
Right. I haven't seen this movie. Dan?
All right, Zad. I have seen 21 Bridges, and I really enjoyed it. But you hit the nail on the head when you said predictable. Saw, soon as you saw those people come into that place at the beginning, you knew something was up, something wasn't right. And you're like, oh, that's going to ruin it. And it did. It was just so predictable. I mean, everything else. And then there was one character in the movie that you said, he's awful. He made it to the scene of the crime awful fast. All of a sudden, so fast. And it does. And I really like Chadwick Boseman. I love Chadwick Boseman in this movie. And I want to see Chadwick Boseman in more things because I really like him as an actor. I just can't honestly say that I could vote this on this list, Zad. I apologize, man. I
understand that because again, that's what this movie suffers from. Like you said, when that happens in the beginning, like, wait, this is a little bit iffy, and then you start to piece together certain things, and like, yeah, this is how this is going to go out. And you can kind of piece it together, but again, based on Chadwick's performance, I think it was great. He was great. I would love to see him in more roles like this because I'm not sure how well this movie did box office wise, but hopefully that won't stop him from being in these type of movies and stuff. Because I think we need another cop franchise movies out there.
Yeah, no, I mean that. What was the one? Something Blue with Naomi Harris. I really love
Black and Blue. I love that movie too.
I'd love to see. That's kind of stuff that's interesting and fascinating to me. Where these actors are branching out and doing these things. It's just the movies themselves aren't the best.
Yeah, the story can kind of destroy it. So, they have a better performance than
worth me seeing or not worth me seeing.
It's what you see. I'm gonna buy it when it comes out.
But it's kind of you're gonna start figuring things out right at the beginning. You're like, oh, okay, I know what these guys are talking about. I would see it just for like Chadwick Boseman. I would just see it for him.
Okay,
his performance is worth seeing. I mean, and the whole cast is good. It's just the script that is the weakness.
Yeah.
And as the boys at Double Toasted say, this would if I was using their scale, it would probably be like a matinee movie to me. So don't go see it at like that price range or maybe below. But I think it's definitely worth checking out.
All right, I'm probably gonna watch it at home when it comes out. But
that works. Yeah, I think I don't think you'll have any problem with seeing it that way.
All right.
At all.
Back to me. I'm gonna try to get this movie on the list for the last one. Hopefully, I can hit the nail on the head with this one. This is my favorite director of all time. I gotta go with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Quentin Tarantino's ninth film and his love for 1960s Hollywood with a fantastic ending. It's Tarantino at his best. The dialogue is real quippy. It's realistic. It's funny. It's entertaining. Brad Pitt and Leo have great chemistry. Margot Robbie is fantastic. I mean, this movie was fun. It had entertaining is the word I say, but it was also a great movie as well as being entertaining and just the ending. Man, that ending was incredible. I loved it so much. So I'm going Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Dan?
All right, Hunter. I'll tell you what. When I watched this movie, when I first got out of my screening of this movie, I liked it. And I really liked it. But the more I thought about it, the more I had problems with it. And I honestly said Brad Pitt is the best part of this movie. But things that Brad Pitt does is like, come on, what are you doing, Quentin Tarantino? Like he's driving around in a car, going nowhere. We don't know what, and then they're showing a bunch of signs and stuff. It's Quentin Tarantino at his most like over like, I'm a filmmaker. I'm in Hollywood. I'm the greatest. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. You're going to have to eat it up. No, I don't, Quentin Tarantino. I liked his last 3 movies, maybe the last 4 movies better than this movie. I like Inglourious Bastards, the Kill Bill movies, and Django Unchained way better than this movie. I think I had this down like 5 or 6 on my Quentin Tarantino list. And I am a fan of Hollywood. I love movies that deal with Hollywood and period pieces about Hollywood, and it shows the color, the clothes and the cars and the hairstyles and stuff. The ending was, I know everybody, the ending was so great. He always does this with his movies. He changes history. I think this time it didn't work. And he was so self-indulgent in this movie. The longer I thought about it over time, weeks and months, I liked it less and less and less. But I definitely think Brad Pitt is going to win his first Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. That's not a producing award. He did win a producing award for 12 Years a Slave, but he will win his first Oscar, in my opinion, for his role in Cliff Booth will win him his first acting Oscar. But I have a feeling Zaddeus likes this.
I've unlocked the darkness in Dan, and I didn't even realize it.
The darkness in Dan. Yo, first of all, I like that. First of all, let me say this. We were talking about it earlier. I recently just came from LA earlier last year, late last year in December. I was out there in Hollywood. It was cool to see just seeing the glitz and glam of Los Angeles. It was great. And this movie, this was actually the first movie I watched. Again, some more Zad facts over the last couple of days. I rented this movie recently, just the other day, and this was the first movie I watched on January 1st, 2019. And just after coming from Hollywood recently, I have never seen Hollywood look so boring than I have in this movie. My God. Let me just tell you my bottom of my list so far. Bottom of my most hated movies of 2019. Dark Phoenix, trash, absolute trash. MIB International, again, trash. Next is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And mind you, I will say this.
Wow.
Here's the problem with it. This movie is 2 hours and 41 minutes long or something like that. It took up until an hour and 30 minutes in this movie, give or take, for this movie to get interesting. This first half of this movie is dialogue. And again, I think Brad Pitt did a great job in his role as Cliff throughout this whole movie. Like, even, again, I understand how he was just kind of a stunt man. I don't think that's really a bit spoiler or anything to Mr. Rick Dalton and like throughout the movie. And I can tell it wasn't completely about him, but Brad Pitt took this movie over. But that first hour and a half, I thought it was more about Leonardo and crying about his failed career and how can I be a better actor, or maybe I need to go overseas to become a better actor, or some stuff that was going on with some hippies in California and with the 70s. I'm like, Jesus Christ, can something go on in this movie? And in about the 130-minute mark, things started happening. I think that was when, not really spoiler, when Brad Pitt goes somewhere in this movie to her ranch, and that's all I'll say about this movie.
Yeah.
Spawn Ranch.
To Spawn Ranch, and my God, this movie was tedious to get through. I was so happy when it was over. I do think the ending was necessary, only out of respect to the family, because I know it was controversial in regards to having Margot Robbie playing Sharon Tate. I think she did a great job in this movie too. Even though I think it was kind of overhyped that she would be in this movie a lot more than she actually was in this to me. And she kind of played she was really just a kind of supporting character in this movie, which I mean was fine. This movie was really Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt's movie, in my opinion. But technically, Brad Pitt stole that movie from Leo throughout the rest of the movie. And that house scene at the end was amazing. Like that shit was wild. It was Rest. No, it's something a lot stupider than that. Hilarious. Brad Pitt is still, but this movie was. Ugh.
Okay, I
I'm
unlocked.
sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. This. Oh my god, this movie it just hit me the wrong way. It just was. I can't believe it. I'm not the biggest Quentin Tarantino fan, but I do like. I end up liking more of his movies than I don't. Than I don't, and this one just like do it.
I didn't think it was going to come back around to me. I'll be honest with you.
Well,
I thought he was going to put it on. I thought he was going to put it
that's
on.
the first like hard ass no we've got.
I'm sorry, yo. And bad thing is, and yo, I was waiting. I was hoping. I was really hoping that nobody would bring up that.
All right, I got one. I got one. I think
fresh.
might get on, guys. I think I got one that might get on. I think Zaddeus might put this on. I'm hoping Zaddeus saw it so I can get him to vote it on, but we'll see. Okay, guys. I don't know if you know who Trey Edward Schultz is, but he did a movie about this family that lives in the woods about a year or two ago. Another A24 movie. But I think this is the coming out party for Trey Edward Schultz. This movie that I'm about to talk about is a movie about a family. It's just a regular family in Miami, and the son is like a star wrestler, and he's a ladies' man, and everybody at school loves him. And the daughter is a pretty cool girl, and she's living her life and stuff. And the father and the mother are just kind of going through. The father owns a company and the business, and the mother works for her or whatever, or for him, or vice versa. Maybe it's the mother. I can't remember what they work for a company. And one by one, little by little, stuff starts happening, and the son just absolutely goes off the rails because of things in his life go off the rails. And this kid is a high school kid. And you're saying to yourself, come on, man, you're in high school. It's not worth it. But this is the life of high school kids today. They take everything to heart. Everything's the end of the world to them, whether it be girlfriends or class or
Been there with girlfriends, brother.
kids picking on you or whatever. And the movie I'm talking about is called Waves. And Waves stars Kelvin Harrison Jr. He was a movie earlier in the year called Loose. He was phenomenal in Loose. He is unbelievable in Waves. This is so realistic, in my opinion. I cannot say enough about how realistic this story is to society and families, and so many families can relate to. Then it has a completely different storyline involving the sister, and her name is Taylor Russell. And if you don't know who Taylor Russell is, she was in a movie earlier in the year called what's the game where they go through all the different rooms, the horror rooms,
Escape Room,
Escape Room,
or Ready or Not.
an escape room. Taylor Russell was in Escape Room, but this movie was filmed before Escape Room, so she looks like a 10th grader in high school. And when Escape Room, she looks like an adult. And she's also in Lost in Space. So if you haven't seen Lost in Space, Taylor Russell's in Lost in Space. Her arc of what her character does is very fascinating. But then throughout the two major arcs, the family, the father, played by Sterling K. Brown, is like losing his SHIT. I mean, I have never seen a movie that's so relatable to just a family going through tough times and going through. These people have money. It's not like they don't have money. It's not like they're poor. It's just life has hit them in places that have really knocked them down in various portions of their life. But everybody in this movie give Oscar-worthy performance. And I'll tell you right now, this is easy one of the best movies of the year. And I know a lot of people have not seen Waves. I cannot say enough about you have got to see this movie, Hunter. I'm hoping Zaddy has seen this and he has a lot of good things to say about it as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen this movie. I've heard great things about it. I'm definitely going to have to check it out. Zad?
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
because yo, bro, if you not see my initial reaction, as soon as you start talking about, I knew what movie we were talking about. This is another movie that has failed. Has whoever I mean, I guess the marketing of it just it just failed me. I'm not even sure if my local AMC, the one I usually go to, even had it there because unfortunately it wasn't promoted there, and I wanted to see this movie because I think I saw this movie. As a matter of fact, the trailer for it when I went to go see 21 Bridges the first time, and it had me hooked from that point. But I just never heard any more about it. I didn't know it came out until I really looked online and said, "Wait, November? The hell? Where's the promotion?" Because I want to see this movie because again, I think Sterling K. Brown is an amazing actor. Like
he's
that man has been killing it for a while, and just I'm so glad that he's on like I guess to come up, but I want to check this movie out so bad, and I'm just mad to have it. And I'm glad to know it's out, but it's just bad. I just really now I need to find out where this movie is because this looks really good.
Well, just get it on.
But I knew exactly what you meant, what it was. Whenever you start talking about this is waste, damn it, I need to see this movie.
It's another A24 movie as well.
Yeah, man,
they're killing it this year. All right, Zad.
All right, Zad. Let's see what you got, man.
Okay, I'm sure. You know what? The one place that's still showing it is Alamos Drive. So I'm over there looking on Google, like, well, how far is this movie away from me right now?
See it. Drive.
It's not that. It's not that far.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Last movie. Well, not last movie. Actually, we're going for that number one spot. Ooh, I'm not sure what to put here.
I really hope it comes back to me because I have one that I really want to put on.
I'm not sure what. We got some shoot 'em ups. We got some rom-coms. We got some movies that you can literally just shut your brain off. And you know what?
Come on, Zach. Give us a good one. I brought up one I thought maybe you would like if you haven't. I don't remember if you've seen it or not earlier in the show.
Ooh, I did. I think I remember what you're talking about. I liked the movie. I'm just not sure if. This is very interesting because I'm kind of at a standstill. Because I might want to nominate that movie, but this is very interesting. I'm not usually at a loss of words, but you know what? I'm gonna go with my heart on this one. With my heart on this one, it might get voted out. But this is another one. I'm gonna say bring back from my childhood because you know just because I want to talk to the people out there that hate on this movie. Like so to the audience who hate on to this movie, screw y'all. But not that unfairly hate on it. Let me say that. But the original movie came out in 1992, and it's literally one of my favorite, actually my second favorite Disney movie that's ever been created right there. Only after number one Disney movie. But I personally believe that the live action version of Aladdin was amazing this year. And definitely 10 times better than that trash that came out a couple months later. I'm sorry. I won't call The Lion King 2019 trash. Just a disappointment, I would say that. But
again, I like The Lion King, but
slap, Hunter, slap. But like the 2019 version of Aladdin, I think was a great rendition of the first movie. Again, I think people tried to set so many high expectations for this movie of talking about, well, nobody can be Robert. Will Smith can't live up to Robin Williams. He can't do the genie like him. Nobody can live up to Robin Williams. Get that out of your mind. Like Robin Williams' genie was classic. He was one of a kind. He was fit for my era when I was growing up. Will Smith, I think he was a great genie for these kids nowadays. If this is some kids' first time ever seeing Aladdin, I think they would love. I think they would love the movie. I think they could possibly fall in love with this one, like I did with the one beforehand. But this is high on my list. I loved it. Again, it may be pulled on the emotional heartstrings in 1992 of little 4-year-olds there, but I loved it.
Dan, I'm gonna start if you don't mind.
Yeah, I hate to do it to you, Zad, again, man.
It's cool.
I just haven't seen this movie, so
the ending of this is just atrocious. I can't stand the ending. I do like Will Smith in it, despite all the criticisms about Blue. And I like Naomi Scott. I think she's fantastic. She was in Power Rangers, and she was in something else this year. Naomi Scott was.
She was in Charlie's Angels.
Charlie's Angel. She was in Charlie's Angel. I do like Naomi Scott. I like the guy that played the villain. I like Will Smith. The ending is this there was like a song at the end that just like, oh God, this song is driving me crazy. And I hated this song at the end. I can't live with myself if I said this is one of the best films of the year. I hate to do it to you, Zad.
It's cool. It's all good.
Oh boy. God, Hunter. You never saw Aladdin, Hunter?
No.
You saw The Lion King?
Granted, in my defense, I took my brother and sister to see Lion King when it came out during the summer. So,
okay, yeah.
But the movie I'm gonna try to get on the list here. Hopefully, it's not a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood situation. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick.
Yo, I literally say, unless it's Dark Phoenix, you're fine.
Dark Phoenix. No.
I'm telling you now, though, if it's Dark Phoenix, I'm logging off. I'm done.
He's logging out of everything. He's done. No, I saw this movie recently, but I kept hearing great things about it. And it's also the director is a first-time director, and I think she did incredible. I'm going Booksmart.
Oh.
Olivia Wilde's first directed feature, Booksmart, and it was so damn good, relatable. The actresses did an incredible job really forming this bond of friendship that even though you don't get a lot of backstory on them, you understand that they're best friends. You understand what they're going through. And pretty much this was my high school story. I didn't go out all the time. I didn't go out and party. I didn't go out and experience a lot of things. So I felt what these characters were feeling like. This is our last night before graduation. Let's go and have a party. Let's do something that we haven't done because we were trying to be model students. That was me in high school. That was me. I didn't go out and party. I didn't go out and, hang out with people. So I relate a lot to this movie. The acting is fantastic. The story is incredible. The comedy had me laughing out loud because it teeters on the edge of raunchy comedy that I really enjoy. So I'm going Booksmart. Zad?
You know what? I completely agree. I'm right there with you, Hunter, and with the fact that is this. I wasn't the biggest partier in high school. In high school, with me and my mom, it was all about getting good grades and making sure I can get in good college, and that was the main goal and stuff. And I had friends that wanted to party, and I had that one friend that wanted to be a little bit rambunctious and stuff with it too, and be like that, and we
all did.
Yeah, had that type that could get you into like some trouble a little bit. And it's always good to have that trouble. Everybody needs that yin to the yang. And I mean, I love that about this movie. But I also love that about the movie 2007 Superbad, which I think this is just a 2019 version of that movie. I like this movie, but I can't in good conscience say to Booksmart. I liked it, but I felt a lot of similarities to that movie. And again, maybe that's just because I could relate to that one a lot more. Yeah. But yeah.
All right, Dan. Yeah,
you know what, Hunter, I'm right there with you. This wasn't my high school. This wasn't the type of kind of thing I was going. But when I was watching the movie, I was saying, look at how many different types of people are represented in this movie. And the adult actors do a fantastic job. The kid actors are all, Carrie Fisher's daughter,
Billy Lord.
Billy Lord is hilarious in this movie.
Beanie Feldstein is what's his face? His sister,
Jonah Hill.
Yes. You know what? I'm gonna say yes. I think this is a movie that has gained a lot of momentum. I gave it a great review when it came out for my press screening. I saw it back in March, and I really enjoyed this movie. And I think if you're gonna talk about different kinds of movies, of all the kinds of movies we have on the list, this is different than anything else, and it stands alone because it does. It is like it is like the Breakfast Club of this generation, or
Yes.
or the Super Bad of this generation, or the whatever you want to call it, these different perks of being a wallflower of this generation or whatever. So I'm going to give it a yes. I'm actually going to give it a yes.
All right. So Booksmart does make the list, and it is our final movie of our 10. So I will go through the other movies we have real quick. All right. So we have The Irishman. We have Joker. We have Avengers Endgame, Uncut Gems, Knives Out, Jojo Rabbit, Marriage Story, The Peanut Butter Falcon, Midsommar, and Booksmart. Talk about a diverse movie list, though.
Yeah, it goes. Yeah,
We have like psychological thriller, comedy, dramas, comic book movies, everything.
Yeah, we have something for everybody, literally.
Yep. All right. So how this works is now we need to write down the movie that we want to eliminate.
1 second. Let me get a.
I don't have my whiteboard. My markers don't work. Can I just say it? Can you just come to me first and let me?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I don't have anything to write with.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys are gonna hate me for this, but
don't say something great, Hunter. I'll kill you. No, I'm joking.
All these movies are great. What are you talking about?
They are. This is a great. Actually, we came out after all the things we voted off. We did. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know what Zad was going to come up last. I mean, I would if he would have said something that I really liked, I might have voted for him.
By the way, if anyone has any
honorable mentions, I definitely do.
All right. Mind if I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. So I had a few. Some of these you guys will not agree with, but this is my list. So I had It Chapter 2. I thought it concluded the It 2 movie saga really well. Spider-Man Far From Home. I had Crawl on my best list.
Oh, very good movie.
Are you talking, dude?
I wasn't sure to bring it up or not.
That was a surprise.
It was.
Oh, it was so good. The Lighthouse. I'm surprised that one.
Yeah. Oh, awful screening of The Lighthouse I went to, Hunter.
Really?
Really soured me on that.
Oh wow.
Oh, the people in the movie did, or
no, the camera broke and the movie had like a big blue blotch on it.
Oh no!
The cinematography wasn't good.
Rewatch the movie on a better screen and trust me, it is fantastic.
I'm gonna get it on Blu-ray. I'm gonna get it on Blu-ray, Hunter.
Definitely.
And I'm gonna rewatch it.
And this last one I have, no one's gonna agree with. I had Jumanji: The Next Level.
Oh,
I had so much fun in that movie.
I loved it. I love that movie.
It's literally behind him, or is that the first Jumanji?
No, it's the second.
Oh
yeah.
You talk about. I had a blast at that theater, man.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. But I think what wore off a little bit for me with the second one is that we kind of saw it already with the first one.
Yeah.
So
love Danny DeVito as The Rock, and The Rock doing a DeVito accent.
In Aquafina.
Yeah.
Aquafina was amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's not going to. Oh yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to say some movies that you guys probably haven't seen yet. All right. Because I knew not to bring them up because I knew you guys didn't see them, but they're in my top 10 list. So I wanted to bring them up just because I knew you guys hadn't seen them. Just 1917. I cannot say enough about 1917. It's not
out until January.
Yeah, it comes out like later this month, I think. Like
I saw it in November. I did.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh God, gorgeous movie, great acting.
Dude, the trailers hooked me right off the bat.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Little Women. I know you think, oh, Little Women. I'm telling you right now, guys. Little Women is fantastic.
Emma Watson's in that one, ain't she?
Emma Watson, Florence Pugh, but Saoirse Ronan as Jo is fantastic. Once again, Laura Dern in another great supporting role. I'm telling you, it is so freaking good. I love that movie, Little Women. I love. I cannot say enough. I loved it so much. And The Farewell. The Farewell.
I was That's the one with Aquafina and her about a family. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never been able to see that movie.
She goes to China because the grandmother's gonna die, and then they go to Thailand.
Oh, I have seen a trailer for this movie.
So they set up like a wedding, so they could all like kind of in their own way say goodbye to the grandmother. It's really great. She actually filmed that movie before Ocean's 8 and Crazy Rich Asians. They put it out afterwards because she had become a star at that point.
Yeah,
and that makes based sense. On Lulu Wang, the director's life. It's a true story about her.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a Chinese female from America as well. So yeah, those three are three. I knew you guys wouldn't vote on the list, so I figured I'd bring them three up.
Unfortunately, I want to see. I do want to see it for well. I've heard about it, but I never had the chance to see it. But some of my honorable mentions were you kind of mentioned one already. Spider-Man: Far From Home was on my list. One movie that nobody probably in their right mind liked, but I loved it, and I think it was brilliant.
Dark Phoenix.
Fight Me. No, not Dark Phoenix. Glass. It came out last January.
Oh, I love Glass.
Yeah, a lot of people hate it, but I'm like, okay, guys. I think it's because of something that happened to one of the characters. Yeah. That character wasn't really interesting to me since his first movie. But anyway, I liked him. I liked it.
Didn't like the ending, Zad. I'm sorry.
It's cool. But Dark Phoenix. I mean, no, Jesus Christ. See, for yourself, Glass was on my list. Another movie that I just kind of shut my brain off and had fun this year though was Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. That movie was batshit crazy. That was great. But it was great. Interesting enough, Frozen 2 was good. And again,
no, I haven't seen it.
Jumanji 2, welcome to the next level. Wait, the next level.
The next level.
Yeah, and then 8 Chapter 2. So they were all in my wheelhouse, like top 20 movies. Also, John Wick 3.
Oh, I didn't have that on my list.
John Wick 3 is fantastic. The cinematography is the thing.
Dude, John Wick might be one of the best trilogies out there. All three movies are fantastic.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. So now we have to vote off one movie. So
Zaddeus, do me a favor. Jump out and come back.
Okay.
Because he's got an echo or something.
I do hear an echo. Let me see.
Is it me?
I don't know. It's somebody. Talk now, Zad.
Hello. Is it me?
No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good. No echo now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I have mine.
Okay.
Right.
We're picking one to get eliminated, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second.
You guys are probably not going to agree, but
see, it's kind of hard because there are some that I haven't seen, but I feel like we'll have to make that distinction on some of them. Actually, you know, I know which one I'm gonna put now. One to be eliminated. Okay.
All right, Dan.
I got Booksmart.
All right,
Dan, me and you, bro. I have Booksmart too. Because I actually seen it.
I had the Peanut Butter Falcon because I just haven't seen it. Like,
understandable.
All right, so Booksmart is out, sadly, but all right. So we need to eliminate another one. Another one. This list is so hard to eliminate, though.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of going based off. Okay, I'll say it.
All right, Dad.
How this goes. Because there's other movies I'm more interested in seeing. I haven't seen this one yet. Midsummer.
Again, Peanut Butter Falcon. I just haven't seen it. Dan?
Yep, I was going to go with Peanut Butter Falcon.
All right, so Peanut Butter Falcon. Oh, I should went with you first. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
All right, so we need to eliminate one more. You guys need a refresher on what's left?
No, I know what's left.
All right. This is gonna be hard, but all right. Dan?
Midsommar.
Zad?
Midsommar.
Okay, I had Knives Out, but All right, my favorite horror movie is out now.
I'm sorry. Is it? Oh yeah. Some of these others that I haven't seen are very. Damn, I'm telling you, sold a lot of these movies. I'm very
Yeah,
interested.
yeah.
I'm very
All right.
interested in seeing one particular. I'll say that in a little bit.
All right, so we have The Irishman, Joker, Avengers Endgame, Uncut Gems, Knives Out, Jojo Rabbit, and Marriage Story. Now we need to vote for what should be number 7. You know what? I'd be okay with this movie, number 7. The question is, for you guys.
This could be interesting.
Yeah, friendships ruined.
Oh no.
Nah.
You know what? Because I'm gonna do this one at number 7, and maybe number 6. Okay.
All right, Dan.
Knives Out.
I also have Knives Out.
I'll keep mine for number 6.
All right, so number 7 is Knives Out.
Hey, can you put in the private chat by chance? Like just so we can you put in the little private chat?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, just so we can see how it's ranking.
Yeah.
Cool.
There we go. All right, so now we need to vote for number 6. You know what? Nah, I just can't. I can't yet.
Do it. Do it. I know what you're thinking. Do it.
No.
It's what's on my board, Hunter. Do it.
All right. Dan?
I know you guys are gonna want to put this, get this eliminated quick, so I'm gonna say Marriage Story.
Zad?
Dan, no, I have Joker.
I have Avengers Endgame.
Oh.
So now what do we do?
That's good.
That is a
Gotta
good
revote.
I just say we. I guess
Gotta
revote.
So should we just make it between these 3 movies or?
Yeah. So
yeah.
The Joker, Endgame, or
Marriage Story.
Marriage Story.
That's right. There you go. That's smart.
All right. Okay. I hate that I have to do this. I really do. Dan?
I got Marriage Story again.
Zad?
I told you to put it down on Joker again.
I had Jojo Rabbit.
Wait, I thought we just between those 3 movies. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So now you're gonna vote for either Joker or Marriage Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, by Marriage Story.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll let you.
What about Jojo Rabbit was still in there? I would have voted Jojo Rabbit. Now that I think about it, I forgot. Marriage Jojo Rabbit was still in there.
So Marriage Story is number 6. All right. Now we go for number 5. I gotta do this. All right. Dan?
Jojo Rabbit.
Z?
Joker.
God almighty.
I have Avengers Endgame.
God, now we're gonna all vote between these 3 now.
Yep. Between Joker, Avengers Endgame, and Jojo Rabbit. All right.
Okay.
Dan?
Jojo.
Z?
I put JoJo.
Ah.
I had Endgame.
Okay. I just wanted to break it. I still want to see. I'm very interested in seeing this movie, but I had to break it.
Yeah. So Jojo Rabbit is number 5.
Yeah.
So now we're down to 4 left. Ooh, we're getting good.
Yeah.
We're getting into the nitty gritty now, boys.
All right. Just with everything left, like. Dan?
Ooh.
Avengers Endgame.
Whew, I just looked at the list and stuff. I know I'm gonna.
Game.
I'll put him out for number 3. That's cool. I can understand. I just looked at the list again, like Jesus.
Yeah. So Avengers Endgame is number 4.
Mm.
Still not bad though.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad seating at all.
All right, so now we're going for number 3.
I can't remember what. I know 2 of what's left. I don't know the third one.
We have Uncut Gems, Joker, and The Irishman.
Yep, got it. Yep, got it.
Do I really want to? All right, Dan,
Uncut Gems.
Z.
Joke.
Come on, I have The Irishman.
All right, it's gonna be interesting now.
Yeah,
Between
because I'm willing to fight for. I'm willing to fight for Uncut Gems.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah. So.
All right, so Joker, The Irishman, and Uncut Gems. All right, Dan,
Uncut Gems.
Z,
Irishman.
The Irishman.
Oh my God, I can't believe that's third.
Still, it's number 3 of the year. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, I thought it'd be number 1.
To be honest, it wasn't my favorite movie of the year though. But
all right, so I know what number 2 is going to be now, because I know you guys want Uncut Gems at number 1, so we might as well just make this
all right, now we're voting for number 1.
Yeah, I know what you all are gonna want, so I'll just vote with y'all just to make it easy. Uncut Gems.
I don't even have to even write it down. Uncut Gems. Yeah. I love that movie.
Gems.
Joker made it always to number 2.
Yeah, it did. All right.
Yeah, I can't say enough. I can say enough about Uncut Gems, but damn it, man, that's it.
Dude, that movie sticks with me though.
It does.
Like 2 weeks ago.
That movie was a great movie, and I gotta check out The Irishman. I feel like I just gotta set a block a time off for my day. Go to see The Irishman.
All right, so guys, our top 7 is number 7 is Knives Out. Number 6 is Marriage Story. Number 5 is Jojo Rabbit. Number 4 is Endgame. Number 3 is The Irishman. Number 2 is Joker, and number 1 is Uncut Gems. What a list, everybody! Woo! We have just passed 2 hours and 12 minutes, by the way.
Yeah,
are these shows this long all the time, or?
Huh?
Are they normally this long?
No, hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
We voted a lot out. That's what.
Yeah, we did.
All right, guys. So this has been the best movies of 2019, according to us. Now let's get into the closing plugs. Dan, where can we find you online?
You can find me at Dan Skip Allen on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. Yes, I do Pinterest. And my Instagram is working again because I got to see some of Zaddeus' videos and stuff. I also write movie reviews and sports articles for a website called cinesportstalk.com. That's cinesportstalk.com. And another website I write for called Disappointment Media, where I write about movies as well. So if you want to read some of my reviews and some of my end of the year best performances, best films, I did my best of the decade list on both sites. So you can see a lot of my writing on those 2 sites.
Yeah, that's not a list I want to do because that'd be like 6 hours long. But Zad, where can people find you online?
Y'all can find me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at just by searching my name, Zaddeus Smith, ZA2Ds Smith. On Instagram at Zaddeus, that's ZADDEUS by itself. But also you can find me doing movie and TV reviews on the Stardust at Retribution Z. I just did one for Uncut Gems. Don't need to tell you how I felt about it. But go check it out now. You can see actually my general raw reaction from seeing that movie. I was literally flustered from seeing that movie after seeing it and while I was doing my review on it. But also I made a list of my favorite movies of 2019. Also my top 10 of the 2010s, one from each year. on Letterboxd, Letterboxd/RetributionZ or Letterboxd.com/RetributionZ over there. Also have a bunch of lists. Go check it out.
Nice. If you guys did enjoy this, hit the like button, subscribe. If you're filming our TV below, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.